Jesse Mr. Kai, Marin Kusku, Jakwa, I took man, I could cry a Kai, a great can. I could not, my maker, I couldn't not to us, I took it. I took it for. And how would do it? I couldn't do it. I Konoke. I told you, I Konoke. Yeah, Nasi Mari.
Hello. You just heard from Oma Katrina, one of only 2 people left who speak the ancient indigenous language of Nu, one of South Africa's oldest languages. Now in her late 80s, she's a living embodiment of the urgency of the work the language activists on this panel engage with. Habari ya leo. Asanteni sana for joining us at the inaugural Jalada Africa Language and Translation Symposium. My name is Wanjeri Gakuru. I am a journalist, essayist, filmmaker, and I have the honor of serving as moderator for this panel and co-curator of the symposium. Gathered here are folks who are using new publishing tools, media, and technology to save, revive, advance, and preserve African languages. Let me introduce them to you. Elinor Sisulu is the executive director of the Puku Foundation, a reading, promotion, and book curation organization that aims to ensure that all children have access to quality, culturally relevant literature in all South African languages. She's an award-winning writer and human rights activist with extensive experience in literature and reading promotion activities. Dr. Chip Rosetti is an editor and translator of Arabic literature. His publishing translations include the novel Beirut, Beirut by Sonala Ibrahim, the graphic novel Metro, A Story of Cairo, Utopia by Ahmed Khalid Taufik, and Saint Teresa and Sleeping with Strangers by Baha Abed Mejid. I know I've massacred the name, I apologize. His translations have also appeared in World Literature Today, The White Review, Granta, amongst others. He has a PhD in Arabic from the University of Pennsylvania and is currently translating a text on the wonders of creation by a 12th century Andalusian traveler. Salomon Kabongo is a doctorate candidate in computer science at Leibniz University in Hanover, a research assistant at the AI Future Lab at the L3S Research Center, and an active member of the Masakana Initiative. His academic background includes an MSc in Mathematics Science from the University of Western Cape in South Africa, and an MSc from the African Master of Machine Intelligence at the University of Ghana, sponsored by Google and Facebook through the African Institute of Mathematical Sciences. And finally, Nanjala Nyabola is a Nairobi-based political analyst, writer, and humanitarian advocate. Her accomplished academic career has focused on forced migration in Africa and includes 2 MSc degrees from the University of Oxford, where she attended as a Rhodes Scholar. She also holds a JD from Harvard Law School. Nanjala has also published 2 books. The first is Digital Democracy Analogy. I think that's correct. Analogy Politics. That is a very difficult word this day, and Traveling While Black, essays inspired by a life on the move. Welcome to all of you. Welcome all of you.
Thanks.
Super, your CVs are stellar. I'm really excited for the conversation we're going to have. So my first question is, what would you say your work is specifically in response to? What are the current deficits within the space that you operate in that compelled you to pursue your work? Maybe we can begin with Elinor, given that we heard from Katrina. Oma Katrina. Elinor, you're muted.
I thought I was. Am I muted now? Okay.
Yes,
Thank you very much. And I'm so glad to be on the panel with this amazing people. I'm glad we have a computer scientist as well, because I've been thinking for a long time that we need to have them in the discussion on literature. We literary types tend to stick to literature in our own circles. And I think we have to have interdisciplinary conversations to support our languages. So I am a children's literature specialist and concerned about the fact that we don't have vibrant children's literature in our languages. Even when we do have the books, they don't travel. So, for example, an amazing children's book written in Gakuru would not travel to other languages. So we don't have a big a practice of translating across languages, which is really very unfortunate. In the process of our work, we came across Oma Katrina, who she said that there were two people who lived speaking Ngu. Recently, a brother died, and she's the only one, a mother tongue speaker. And she's taught her granddaughter and another person, but they are not mother tongue speakers. They've done the orthography of the language through, they had assistance from University of Western Cape linguists. So the language has been written, it has an orthography, and we've published the first book. But, you know, given that she's 88 years old, it's still in a very precarious situation. So our concern, obviously, the digital space is important and the internet is important, but to actually use the internet as a tool to promote our languages is not enough to say, can internet save languages? Yes, internet is an important tool, but in order for the internet or to save languages or to have a role in saving languages, we need to provide the data. Yeah. We need to reward the content creators. So someone like, and we need to recognize our indigenous knowledge systems. Yeah, I'll stop there and hear what others have to say.
No, actually, it's a really good, kind of segue to what Salomon is doing, which is in artificial intelligence and machine learning. How can we use data science to advance African languages? And is that the question that kind of compels you and drove your work? What is that gap that existed that prompted you to engage with the work that you do?
Yeah, so basically we found out, and we noticed, as most of you could have noticed, that there is something missing in the current implementation of the technology as it is. For example, if you go on YouTube and you are maybe watching a video and you are not comfortable with English, you can get this subscription. There's this CC symbol that can help you get the live transcription. And recently they introduced the translation, where you can actually be listening a video on